So our group going to present about adjective. So the simple definition of adjective is a word used to describe a noun. So it gives the reader extra information about it. Is like a adjective answers such a question as what kind, which one, how many. So this is simple to describe about adjective. So adjective can be used to describe color, opinion, size, big, small, long, short, and shape, temperature, cold, warm, hot, and distance, and time, age, and also materials such as wooden, metal, cotton, plastic, paper, all this. So these all can be used to describe adjective. So type of adjective. So first is like a qualitative descriptive adjective, quantitative adjective, demonstrative adjective, possessive adjective, interrogative adjective, and distributive adjective, and compound adjective. This all there is a 7 type of adjective. Okay, the first one, qualitative or descriptive adjective, is like to describe the quality of the person or things. For example, is a size. General description is like a physical, age, shape, color, material, origin, or purpose. Example: tall, excellent, slim, young, square, plastic. So the example sentence is like, the tall girl is my classmate. So second, the student achieved excellent result. This is a qualitative adjective. Okay, quantitative adjective. So quantitative adjective is to indicate the number or amount of things. So for example, some, much, little, enough, all, no, any, whole, several. So for example, the sentence we can use is like, she found many pens under the table. There was no milk in the jug. There are 37 students in the class.
What is demonstrative adjective? A demonstrative adjective is an adjective used to point out the noun such as position of something or someone in space or time. The most common use of demonstrative adjective are this, those, and that. For an example, this is my friend. Those books belong to her. The fourth type of adjective is interrogative adjective. It's defined as a word that modifies a noun and asks questions. These are what, whose, and which. For instance, whose pen is this? Which way should we go? Remember, when using questions, the interrogative words why, when, where, and how are adverbs and not adjectives. Additionally, possessive adjective is a word that used to show possession, such as my, your, his, her, our, their, its. For example, the sentence number 1, this is her hat, uses the adjective her to express the idea that hat is owned by her. Moreover, distributive adjective is an adjective that refers to members of group individually. They are each, every, either, or neither. For bring more clarity, just look to the sentences. Each participant was asked to complete a survey. He cleans his bikes every day. Lastly, compound adjectives are made by combining two or more adjectives that work together to modify the same noun, like lightweight, duty-free for food, part-time, cold-blooded, and well-behaved. The sentence examples are, Daniela is a part-time worker. He is cold-blooded man.
Hi madam, I'm Premi Mahenjan. Today I would like to share you about the comparison of adjectives. There are 3 forms of comparison, which is positive, comparative, and superlative. Now let's see the comparison of adjective with these 3 forms of comparison. First, comparison with er or est. For example, we should add er at the behind of the adjective words in comparative, and we should add the est at the behind of adjective words in superlative. For example, first, clean. It becomes cleaner in comparative and cleanest in superlative. Second, dirty. It becomes dirtier in comparative and dirtiest in superlative. Clever, cleverer in comparative and cleverest in superlative. Simple, it becomes simpler and simplest. Narrow, it becomes narrower in comparative and narrowest in superlative. And then comparison of adjectives with more and most. For example, in comparative we should add more in front of the adjective words, and in superlative we should add most in front of the adjective words. There are two examples. First, difficult. In comparative it becomes more difficult, and in superlative it becomes most difficult. Second, beautiful. More beautiful in comparative and most beautiful in superlative. After that, irregular adjectives. Positive, comparative and superlatives. Good in comparative, better and superlative, best. Bad in positive, worse in comparative and worst in superlative. Much, it becomes more in comparative and most in superlative. Many, it becomes more in comparative and most in superlative. Little, it becomes less in comparative, least in superlative. And little, it becomes smaller in comparative and smallest in superlative. Special adjectives. First, clever. In comparative, it becomes cleverer or more clever. In superlative, it becomes cleverest or most clever. Secondly, common. In comparative, it becomes commoner or more common. In superlative, commonest or most common. Then third, likely. In comparative, it becomes likelier or more likely. In superlative, it becomes likeliest or most likely. Fourth, polite. In comparative, it becomes politer or more polite. In superlative, it becomes politest or most polite. Lastly, simple. In comparative, it becomes simpler or more simpler. In superlative, it becomes simplest or most simplest. And that's all. Thank you for listening us.